Maniac. 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 Frankenstein, John got a maniac. Maniac. Ha ha. Maniac. Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, c'est moi, René Renoir from Artemis News Sports and Entertainment. I'm going to try to make this as short and brief as possible, okay? The premiers all got together, all of them, all 13 of them, got together with Prime Minister Carney to discuss, strategies as to how to improve Canada and how to improve Canada's relation with the world. We're having great relationships with the world. I mean, Mark Carney recently, just within the past couple of days, he just signed a memorandum of understanding that 2 car manufacturers from Korea were going to come to Canada and build their cars here in Canada. Hyundai and Kia will be building their vehicles in Canada. That's a big win for us. So even if that means, that GM and Ford are going to pick up their ball and go home, Doug Ford can still be happy at the fact that those people will not lose jobs because a new car company, 2 new car companies are coming in to ensure those jobs are maintained and to ensure that people are still working. So the other big thing is the fact that we have a problem with regards to Alberta, a big problem with regards to Alberta, especially considering a fat piece of shit by the name of Jeff Rath. He's known as Black Hat Guy by some people. I just see him as a fat fucking whale that needs to be dropped off in the middle of the ocean and let him sink. He's a big architect with regards to what's called the Alberta Project or whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck. I just call it fucking newspaper so I can piss on it and shit all over it. Alberta Prosperity Project, whatever it is. Basically what it is this guy who's a former lawyer, and I say former lawyer despite the fact that he's a current lawyer, but he'll get disbarred soon enough because of the malpractices that he's been doing, or whatever the fuck it is. But he's in court, and he's going to get disbarred, and I hope he does. But he's the one that's behind, this whole separatist movement of Alberta for no reason whatsoever, only because of the fact that he's a little bitch. So, yeah, I'm talking to you, Rath, and if you got a problem with that, I'm not going to be hard to find. I'll tell you where you can find me, and then I can beat the fuck out of you. But he's the one that's prodding a lot of the separatists, like cattle, and basically. And all he's doing is he's going up to them, based on their anger and that, and basically telling them, are you sick and tired of Canada? Do you want to separate? Here's a pamphlet, and all he's talking about, and basically the speech is all going to be the same, even if he gets on stage to people, to tell them, you're sick of Ottawa, you're sick, you want to be your own person, blah blah blah. That's all he's going to say. He's not going to give reason. He's not even going to be describing as to what and how they're going to do this, because he knows very well that Alberta cannot just separate from Canada as he thinks he does. Even if, and he even went to the United States with a little delegation of some of his fuck friends to talk to the orange shit stain, and he's talked to Bastard Besant and Lunatic Lutnick, to try to get their help, to ask for, what was it, a line of credit of what, $500 billion or something like that, so that they can be their own nation. That's not going to happen, because I guarantee you, after Canada's through with you and collecting on everything that you owe us, you won't have that money left. But of course, Jeff Rath just wants that line of credit so he can take at least $1 billion for himself, or however much it is, take money for himself and fuck off somewhere and leave everybody else high and dry. Because if you guys do become your own entity, my question to you is that do you become the 51st state of the useless shits of America, or do you become a territory? So, and the only reason I ask this is because even in any way that you look at it, you still need somebody to run the province. You still need somebody to run your territory. And I can pretty much guarantee you, you will not be a state. You will actually become a territory of the United States, whereby you basically get told what to do, and you have to bend over and take it. You'll have no rights, especially no voting rights in the federal elections of the United States. You'll be treated like trash, just like Puerto Rico is treated like trash. So that's exactly what's going to happen. That'll be the biggest thing. That'll be the least of your worries, though, because you're not going to have any money. You're going to be indebted to the United States forever, and then you're going to start begging to come back to Canada, which we're going to basically go, no, this is what you wanted. But I have a better solution for you. You separatists that want to leave, you backwards, you fucking backwards bush people, rednecks. Why don't you all get into your fucking trucks or in buses, your short buses, and put your helmets on, make sure that they're on properly, and just leave. Just leave. Create a new life down there and stuff, and just fuck off. Because separation is going to cost you people a lot of money, and I can guarantee you that's not something that you want. That you want to separate so that you can have money, but you're not going to have any money. Either way you look at it, whether it would be in Canada, you have more of a chance of still having your money in Canada than you would have. And that's another thing. All of you, if this were to actually happen, all of you will lose EI, you'll lose CPP, you'll lose healthcare. You're already losing healthcare as it is with dumbass Smith as your premier. And again, as I said, who's going to be your leader? Are you going to make Jeffrey Rath your leader, or are you going to keep dumbass Smith as your governor? Huh? Or president, or whatever, of a separated Alberta. How's that going to work? Are you going to have democratic elected? Are you going to be a democracy, or are you going to be an autocracy or a dictatorship? What are you going to be? Whether as a separated entity, are you going to be? And even if you do become part of the United States, are you going to be a dictatorship, an autocracy, or democracy? Because if you're going to be democracy, then basically you can only vote within yourselves. You won't, because you'll still be treated as a territory. You're not going to be a state, And as a territory, basically, the federal government can come right in and do whatever they want with you. They'll strip you completely bare. They'll strip you completely bare. They'll take everything from you, and then you'll wonder, oh, can I have some? And then somebody's going to just flip a quarter to you and say, here, you can split that all between all 2 million of you, or 1 million of you, whatever it is that you guys have as far as the people is concerned. So, so you're really not thinking this through. Do a little bit of research, and you'll basically get your answers. But Charlie Angus, listen to Charlie, watch Charlie Angus, watch Rachel Gilmore, watch Klaus Kellerman, watch them, those people that are on YouTube and stuff. Try to stay away a little bit too much. Try to stay away from CTV. They're the big, they what's that guy's name? Really Billy, whatever his name is from The Sun. He's a big cocksucker himself. Thinks he's a tough guy, and he's a big conservative wacko. Wacko and whack off. That's what he is. CBC, CBC would be a little bit more honest, but a little bit, far left leaning. So I would say if you want to look at more moderate and what is actually going on, then I would say Rachel Gilmore, Klaus Kellerman, and Charlie Angus. So, but outside of that, you guys are fucked. You're going to lose your identity. You're going to lose who you are. And by the way, even if that does happen, the separation, the Edmonton Oilers go to Quebec. They go to Quebec and play in Quebec City. So, yeah. So we keep Connor McDavid. We keep Leon Draisaitl. We keep that entire team. You guys can keep the Calgary Flames. But again, it's going to cost you people billions upon billions of dollars to try to set yourselves up, because every single federal building that you have in there, every Service Canada office, the Canadian Forces bases and everything, they're all going to be removed. They're all going to go to they'll end up either in Saskatchewan, British Columbia, Yukon, or even the Northwest Territories. You guys will have no defense, because we'll be gone, and we'll make sure that we create that big nice border to keep Albertans out. And I think what we ought to do is BC. What BC should do is that redraw the border, so that push it a little bit more to the right, so that BC basically controls all of the Rocky Mountains, and Alberta has none. So basically, just move it just past, the entrance into the mountains to Canmore, and all that area there, and then that'll be Rocky Mountains belongs to Canada. So you guys have a big problem, because a lot of you, from what I've seen on news reports and stuff, it seems like a lot of you backwards, redneck, bush people, separatists, that want to separate, are not doing your homework. And if you did your homework, you basically realize that this is going to cost you a hell of a lot more than it's going to cost us, and at the end of the day. And even with that, even if you do get that 500 million or 500 billion, whatever that amount is for the line of credit is concerned, you guys will be indebted to the United States forever, and Canada is not going to bail you out. We have no intentions. I personally have no intentions of using my tax dollars to bail you fuckers out, and I'm quite certain that a lot of other people wouldn't want to use their tax dollars to bail you fuckers out. So, a lot to think about. And then, of course, the ICE is on the border with New Brunswick for some god awful fucking reason whatsoever. Hey, I'm telling this to RCMP or to whoever over there, whoever the police force is around there, RCMP or whatever. If one of those ICE agents crosses the border and decides to fuck around, fucking shoot him. Shoot him and fucking kill him. Shoot him in the face 3 times, and then shoot him in the back another 7 times, just like they did with that Rachel Good and I think that was her name, Rachel Good, and that Alex Preddy. Just use that fucking, and then string him up, put him on a pole, and basically say, this was what will happen to you if you cross that fucking border. And then on top of everything, I don't know if you people heard, ICE is going to be going to Italy for the Olympics. To keep an eye on the delegation. Are you fucking kidding me? ICE is going there to cause problems. And I'm telling you right now, to Prime Minister Meloni, you can't allow this to happen. I know that you're big friends with, I know that you're friends with Donald Trump. I think you are, or lover, or whatever you are, to Donald Trump or whatever. But you can't allow ICE to go into your country, because they're going to start shit over there. I can guarantee you that. They're causing shit in the United States. You want that to happen in your country? Fine. You want that to happen in Italia? Fine. Let it happen there. But if I were you, and if you have any brains whatsoever in your head, you'll basically tell Donald Trump to tell those fucking agents to get to not show up, and then that they show up with the Secret Service instead. Either Secret Service or a couple of FBI agents, but not ICE. I guarantee you, Italy will be turned into a fucking smoke hole by the time ICE is through with it. Because I guarantee you, they're not there to maintain peace or to ensure the safety of any of the delegates or whatever. They're there to cause problems, because everywhere they go, they're causing problems. They're killing people indiscriminately, and they're going to do that with the Italians. I guarantee you, they're going to start saying, we're now in America. Thinking that your country is going to be part of the United States. So I would make sure that whatever Secret Service agency that you have in Italy keeps an eye on these fucking assholes, and they get out of line, that they fucking shoot them right away. Shoot them right away, and then deport them back to the United States in a fucking pine box. That's what I say. But I guarantee you, they're going to cause problems. They're going to cause problems, and it's going to affect the spirit of the Olympics. And then look at what's happening already with regards to soccer, to football. Look at what's happening already. People have canceled and requested refunds on their tickets. United States is losing a lot of money. FIFA is losing a lot of money, a lot of revenue on this, because people don't want to go to the United States because of the way people are being treated when they go there. They get pulled aside, ICE pulls them over and beats the shit out of them and kills them. How many people, and I'm wondering how many people that they're targeting, coming from overseas into the United States, that they're going to kill. They must have a quota. Numbskull Noam probably gave them a quota. You've got to kill this many people, this many local people, and you've got to kill this many international people that comes through from another country. Doesn't matter where they come from England, come from EU, come from Canada, whatever. You got to kill them, because that's how fucking stupid that bitch is. Fuck, she deserves to be shot. It's ridiculous. I'm quite certain she gave them and then Kash Patel, like, fuck, what a piece of shit he is. Holy fuck. What a useless cocksucker that guy is. But anyways, Prime Minister Meloni, I'm just asking if you have any decency in your head, if you have any shred of dignity and integrity whatsoever, you would basically tell the United States that they cannot have ICE agents over there. Again, they can bring Secret Service agents, they can bring FBI if they want to, but ICE are a rogue organization. They are not. They are just the. That's what they are. They are a rogue organization. They're terrorists, really. Okay, they're the Gestapo for Donald Trump, and they're going to cause problems. I can 100% guarantee it right now. So, anyways, everybody, this is what I wanted to mention to you guys. We have this whole separatist movement. We have Jeff Rath, who deserves to be fucking shot out of a cannon into the fucking ocean. Let him sink in there, especially with this whole push on separation. ICE agents on the border with New Brunswick. And I'm telling you, RCMP or whoever's out there, they get out of line, they cross that border, thinking they're big tough guys. You fucking shoot them. Shoot them for being illegal in the country. There you go. And again, 3 in the face, 7 in the back. Put them on a pole and say this will be any more ICE agents that cross into this country. That's what I say. Illegally. And then Prime Minister Meloni, you really have to, ma'am, you really, really have to tell the orange shit stain that he cannot allow ICE into Italy. They're going to cause problems. Again, these guys are rogues. They don't care about law. They do not care about anything. They do not follow rules and orders and regulations, nothing. They're going to kill people. And I can guarantee they're going to kill quite a few people at the Olympics when the time is right. So, and if they don't, that's going to be a first. They're already killing people en masse in the United States, and I can pretty much guarantee you that they'll kill people in the Olympics. So, and then again, soccer. Look at FIFA World Cup. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a financial fiasco and a financial disaster for FIFA because of what goes on in the United States. So people have to, but you got to do what you got to do. Not you separatist people in Alberta. You people can fuck off. I'll just get back. Just put your helmets on, get into your short buses, and just get across the border. Okay, you guys don't want to be here that badly. Just fuck off. Okay, take Jeff Rath with you, or have him try to fucking swim. I'm sure that he'll fucking sink like a fucking stone. But you fucking people just leave. All right. Anyways, mes amis, thank you very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And these are the things that we have to consider, that we have to think about. So you take care of yourselves. You guys have a great day today. I appreciate you guys watching. Mwah. Love you guys very much. Les aime beaucoup. And I'll talk to you on the next time. Au revoir, mes amis.